What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I thought I'd do a quick final roundup video of my latest conversion, which was completed on the channel recently, which is this 2007 Vauxhall Vivaro lovely little campervan conversion that I've done here. Now I haven't actually been able to use the van as a campervan yet, but I have been using it as a mix of my daily driver between this and the Boxster that I bought over the summer. But because I do have potentially an impending house purchase coming up, I'm actually going to have to start advertising this van a little bit earlier and sooner than I would have liked to. I would have liked to have actually gone up to Scotland in it and maybe used it once or twice before then moving on to another project. But as I say, this impending potential house purchase is pushing the sale of this van a little bit further up the priority list than I would have liked, just because obviously the fees and the amount of money that gets involved when you're buying a house, it just quickly gets out of hand, and freeing up a little bit of money that I've got locked away in this van would be very beneficial. And I say I haven't really done a roundup video since I did complete the conversion a couple of months ago as well. So this video is a combination of a roundup walk around video as well as a potential video for any potential purchasers to see and have a good walk around the van as well. So the van itself, it's a 2007 Vauxhall Vivaro, as we can see here. It's the short wheelbase, but it's still quite roomy and spacious inside considering its size. It's the 2-litre engine size with the 6-speed manual gearbox, so with it being the 6-speed it's quite economical on fuel as well. Now this is a really low mileage van. I say 2007, but it's only got 68,000 miles on the clock, which I can show you if I just put the key in. And on the dash there, fire straight up first turn of the key. 68,042 miles, so barely ran in terms of diesel engines, put it that way. 68,000 miles, that's all there is on the van. Now conversion wise, as we can see, I've swapped out both of the front seats. I've got rid of the double seat and the driver's seat, although they were in good condition. I just didn't like how they felt or anything like that, and I do like swapping the seats out in the vans as well. So as you can see here, I've fitted some cream Mazda RX-8 leather seats. Those have been fitted onto original Vivaro bases, and the passenger side is on a swivel fast base as well, so that can swivel round and face into the rear. The backrest just needs to be folded forward a little bit. But as I say, both seats fully swapped out for lovely cream leather Mazda RX-8 seats. Other than that, the front of the cab is pretty much standard, apart from the fitting of a screen for a reverse camera. If I put the gearbox in reverse, and I put the key in the ignition, that should go on. As you can see there, that is the rear view camera that's attached to the tow bar, so you always get a good view of what's behind you whenever you're in reverse as well. But other than that, and the seat swap, that's all that's been changed on the front of the van itself. Now the van, as I say, only 68,000 miles, very clean condition all the way around, very little in regards to bodywork damage or rust or anything like that. There's a tiny little bit of pitting on a couple of the arches, as you can see here, a tiny little bit down there, and that just needs grinding back and filling over if need be. But it's just been through its MOT for the yearly inspection test, passed with flying colours, no advisories, no rectification issues or anything like that. It passed first time round, no problems at all. Now since I have had the van, I have had quite a lot of mechanical work done to it. When I first bought it, it had a whining gearbox in 5th and 6th gear, so I had the gearbox completely removed. The gearbox has been fully refurbished with a brand new clutch fitted as well, so the van has a brand new clutch and a refurbished gearbox inside it. I also had a brand new mass airflow sensor fitted for the MOT, as well as the front discs and pads, and I've recently just had the rear discs and pads and bearings all round as well. So it's got brand new brakes front and rear, discs, pads and wheel bearings throughout as well. So as I say, it's been really good, well looked after, and anything that needed a bit of attention, I've then got it all done as well. Now inside the van, it's a lovely brand new conversion using new materials throughout. We have a full length 6-foot sofa bed. Obviously that backrest would sit up when you wanted it as a sofa, and then it has a little flip panel that flips over, sits on these guide rails on the passenger side, and the cushion fills that space in and it turns it into a small double bed as well. We have a brand new 12-volt compressor fridge that's never been used. As you can see, it's still got all of the tape on all of the drawers and shelves, things like that. Brand new, only been used for testing. Other than that, it hasn't actually been used on a trip away. As you can see, that's still got the sticker saying it's powered by an LG compressor as well, so it should be a good, reliable little fridge. We have a Thetford top-line 2-burner gas hob. That's there for all of the cooking needs that you need inside the van. 2-burner, you don't really need any more than that. And I have a lovely little sink that's just to the side of it, and that drains down to a fresh and wastewater tanks that are underneath the sink itself. Again, all brand new, unused, never used at all, only for testing. Now behind that we have some storage cupboards. We have a large storage cupboard there just for food, cooking utensils, pots, pans, things like that. Beneath that we have storage for a 6 kilo or a 7 kilo propane or butane gas bottle. That's a 6 kilo propane, but it's big enough to fit a butane bottle in there as well, with a drop out hole for safety and peace of mind as well. Now on the driver's side, again, we have yet more storage, just general storage cupboard space. Another little storage cupboard space down there as well, and another one on the very bottom. It's probably a bit dark to see inside there, but as you can see, there's absolutely no shortage of storage space in here, because also underneath the bed we have more additional storage space as well. Under there we've got the battery for all of the leisure components, as well as the fuse board and the solar controller. And then under the front section we have a boxed in section for the diesel heater, as well as again just general more storage space as well. The fuel tank for the storage heater is located behind that storage cupboard as well, just at the rear door, so it's nice and easy and accessible to fill it up with diesel as and when you need to. Then all of these cupboards just close with the handles. If you open that, I can take you around the back as well and just show you the diesel storage tank. So as you can see there, the storage tank is attached to the rear of the storage unit for the diesel heater. That has the fuel tank that runs behind all of the units and goes across to the heater, and with that being a 5 kilowatt diesel heater as well, it never needs to be on for long, normally 5 minutes or so, and the full interior of the van is really warm and toasty. As you can see, I've got some downlighters in the headliner. That's 4 LED downlights that are all wired up to an LED dimmable controller switch. It's located there next to the diesel heater controls as well. Now inside, all of the walls have been fully insulated with Celotex Kingspan type insulation boards. All the walls have been fully carpet lined, as well as a brand new headlining that's been made out of plywood as well. We've got a window fitted in the sliding door, and that's made for this van, so it follows all of the shape and contours of the van. Things like this little cutout round there, all the shape, it's actually specifically made for this van as well. It's fully tinted window, but it gives that little bit of privacy, as well as additional light and views when you're inside the van as well. And as you might be able to make out there, that's an official Camper glass window that's been purchased online as well. On the top you can see a 250 watt solar panel that's wired into the Victron Bluetooth solar controller, so you can bring up the solar output on your phone, so you can monitor exactly how much power the van is generating, even if you're not inside the van as well. Well, as I say, this is the little Vauxhall Vivaro that I was recently doing on the van. It took a couple of months to do the full conversion, and I've done everything inside here myself, including all the way down to the upholstery of the cushions and things like that as well. I think it's turned out really nicely. It's a nice, bright, clean, tidy sort of conversion. Nothing too dark or dingy to bring the conditions down or anything like that. And as I say, I think it's just a really, really nice looking van, especially considering both its age, the amount of low miles and the low owners it's had as well. I think I'm only the 3rd owner of the van, and with only 68,000 miles, it's barely even ran in terms of van mileage anyway. We close this back up. I'll show you around the van itself. As you can see, there's very, very little damage or dents or dings or anything like that. Probably the worst of it being a tiny little ripple just there in the sliding door. That's probably the worst of the entire damage throughout the entire van. but it's so small and negligible. I didn't want to go down the route of doing loads of bodywork to try and fill that in, because as I say, it's just barely visible at all. And with that being the only thing on the van, if somebody wanted to take care of that, they could do. It wouldn't be a big job to do so. Other than that, there's just a couple of small little stone chips on the bonnet, as you can see, that broke through the paint, but nothing major. There's no big dents, no big scratches, dings, bangs, anything like that. The driver's side's fully straight. You can even still see the old sign writing when it used to belong to a local government council. It used to belong to Richmondshire. So normally all of the council vans are looked after. I work for my local council myself, and all of our vans, they're all serviced and maintained in-house, and that's generally the case for all the council vans, so they generally do get looked after quite nicely. So there we go, guys. Let me know what you think of this little conversion that I've completed. If it's something that you're looking to convert yourself, whether it's something you might be even looking to purchase yourself as well. As I said, this van itself will be going up for sale shortly, but as I said, the only reason I'm looking to sell it is to try and help some of the purchase funds for this potential house purchase that I'm going through at the moment. If it wasn't for that, I would still be using this van as pretty much my daily driver, especially over the winter time, because it's not exactly convertible driving weather conditions for my other car. So that's where this van's really came in handy on some of the more rubbish rainy days and things like that. I'd much rather use something like this. As you can see, I've also got down there on the driver's side the exhaust and the intake for the diesel heater as well, so all of that gets exhausted properly, as you would expect. So there we go, guys. That is this 2007 Vauxhall Vivaro 2 litre 6-speed diesel, fully converted, with a little roundup video to show all of the conversion details. As I said, let me know what you think of the conversion inside, whether it's something that you like, whether it's something that you would have done yourself, or whether you would have done a different sort of layout or anything like that. Let me know. I always like to read through all the comments and things like that. And if you are interested in potentially buying this van, feel free to send me a message either on YouTube or across on my Facebook page. There's links to those pages beneath the video in the description. So thanks for watching this little roundup. And as I say, let me know what you think in the comments, and hopefully we'll see you on some future projects coming to the channel soon. Cheers.